Hi, this is Leslie from Mermaid Cove Studio, and welcome in today. We are prepping for Christmas in July. This is our first video. Look for our videos every Saturday. We've got an amazing group of creators joining us this month. We're going to have all of the information down in the box below, so we know how this works. Go click on a name, go watch their video, like, share, comment, and kindness only, and have a great time. Hopefully, we can inspire you with some Christmas crafts, things that we can do ahead of time. And so, we are starting with cards today. And I am not a card maker. I mean, yes, I make cards, but it's not my specialty. I am more mini albums, folios, that type of thing. Um, But cards, we need to make them, we need to have them. And by my small assortment here of cards, I have a favorite type of card that I like to make. And this type of card is a pop-up box card. Now, my goal is to show you how to do it without a die and to kind of use some of the things that we have. But my first card I'm going to share with you today is this one right here. And this is kind of what started it for me. This one is a Scrap Diva die, and I will show you what that looks like as the die set. I've got it sitting out here. This literally made it so easy. It's so easy to do this. I'm not going to do a tutorial on this particular card and die set because they're out there. Our lovely Scrap Diva designers have shown how to do them, and we can go find those on YouTube. But here we've got, check this out. This is the back of it and your sides, and we've got the front. We've got the inside where we attach all of the goodies, and I'll share that with you. We have a back page, and sometimes I will do, and I think I did, I'll show it. I take this one and I put it on the back so that you can have a writing element, you know, if you're going to sign the card. And this one here is also for designer paper, and it comes, I'll show what it looks like there. But I love this die. I use it over and over and over again. It's simple to use, it's simple to put together, and it makes a really sweet size card. So that's the only die that I've used for my cards, for that particular card. My goal is to show you how to do it without a die. Not everybody has that die, and not everybody has dies in particular. I think you can, if you use your Cricut, I'm pretty sure you can find the elements in there to make the same type of card. But this one is how I put this card together. I am using pretty little studio paper that I got last year, and I'm just really trying to use up what I have. It came with the most amazing ephemera. I think I bought like the entire, I feel like there's more to the collection. I bought a lot of the collection, and I bought a lot of ephemera. It is just so sweet and kind of vintage and whimsical. I cut parts apart, but in here you layer up, and then the whole idea is you slide it, and then it's going to go into an envelope. I have not made envelopes for these as of yet. I will make envelopes, and I will use these. I will send these out to my peoples. But here we go. It's very cute. And on the back, I added another piece of designer paper. And this one, you can see that you could write a note on there. You could also make a pocket and stick a note in it to put the holiday greetings on it. So this was really, really sweet. The ephemera was adorable, and all of the layered up, I added a little bit of sparkle here. Okay, so this is the one using the Scrap Diva die. Adorable, super, super easy to put together. Seriously, 10-15 minutes. I think literally the hardest part was deciding what all to stick out of here. And that's, you can kind of see what I did. I took a garland and cut it apart and layered it and all of this goodness in here. Okay, very sweet card. So I'm going to set that one aside, and I'm going to show you. Again, you can find tutorials for these. These boxes come, you can make them in lots of different sizes. Also, other shapes can be done. And I like the box one. I also like the rectangle one. And I don't like, this one is really big. And so when you think about it, you fold that up, that's going to be a big envelope. This one might be a hand deliver and maybe put, I did not cover the back, but I think you could put like a pocket here and put a gift card in here. I think that would be a really cute gift to give. And again, we're setting this out. And again, my pretty little studio had the most amazing goods in here. So I used acetate to pop some of these things higher up in here. And some things are glued together. Words, candy, there is numbers back here. And candy on acetate is there. There's a garland on pop dots back there. Just very sweet. Santa Claus, and I've got a little bit of bling going on here too. So this one is a square box with about a 2-inch side. So it's pretty big. It's got you're putting in 3 layers here so that you can layer everything up. Very, very sweet. And then this one here is a rectangle box, and it has, the sides are about 1 5/8, I believe, and it's a smaller box, not much, a little bit bigger than here, but also, when you're layering all of this up, the things that you're thinking about is when you fold it down and create your envelope, or a box would be cute with this too, that you make sure, I've got a little bit of stuff out, so I'm probably going to create some type of box envelope for this one, because it's a little bit thicker in some of the things I did, and I've got some things hanging off of it. So you do want to be aware of that. But because we're creating it, we have control. And this one only has one bar to go across, a paper cross, so that you can add things on. But I'm going to turn this around. I added something here on the higher up and made it taller. And then, added this really cute snowman. Then Santa with all the sweet little, are they just not adorable? And then a garland, like a pendant garland. And then there's some foliage and some trees, a star, and this very sweet little garland with the little mice on it. Very, very sweet. Love that one. That's the one. I'm going to do this one today. I'm going to show you how to do it. I'm going to give you measurements for it. But I'm also going to show you some of the other. Here's a smaller box. I did not decorate that. This one yet. You can see on my boxes, I did not leave all of, like, the side panels. I cut them off on this one, and I popped out of this one down. Now, the perks about leaving these on is that when you package this, when you put it in an envelope or a box envelope, it helps to protect all the things inside. I'm just not a fan of how all of this stuff looks. And maybe more creasing, whatever might help it. But this is, I literally would leave it like this and do this. And then you've got this tall part here. You also do not have to have, you can crease across here. I'll show you in my tutorial how I scored and cut that. And you can decide what you want to do. But I have a preference. I usually cut the sides off and I tape this down. But today I might leave those on my box. We'll see. But in the square one, we have got 2, I don't know what to call these, paper pieces to add additional things to. And again, it's whatever you want to do. You can use die cuts instead of the ephemera that I've used on all of this. But I had so much of this, only an 8x8 pad and a 4x6 and some other unusual pieces, shapes and sizes of paper, but the ephemera was abundant, and that's why I'm layering it up. But that's what this will look like when you flatten it out. So these, you can find tutorials for all of these on Pinterest or YouTube. It's a preference, or you can be clever and you can create your own. And then here's another one. This one was a really big one, and I felt like this was almost too tall. But also, if you've got some of the bigger ephemera, it's a really good way to use it. That flattens out. You're going to have to you can cut this down, and it's just going to be a taller box. But this one has 3 brackets across here. And I tried something a little different, trying to be a little creative, putting these at different levels on the side walls there. And I don't really think that this part right here, I don't feel like it matters very much. So, you can try it and see. I wasn't going to decorate this one on camera. I just made it and did sizes. So here's what we've got for today. I did this one here. Cardstock, you can do 65 weight. This particular piece is 110. And I'm literally using scraps off of my table you can see it's a different color, but this was from a 12x12 piece of paper. It's 110. This one here was a 65-pound paper. So the red that I used here is 65, and it works really well because you are layering it up, and it works. So I have already scored all of this, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to point to what the scores are on here, and I will also add those in the box below so that you can kind of see what you have a visual of it. So this piece of paper is 11 by 4 1/4. We're scored on the 11-inch side at 1/2 inch. Let me get my notes here. 1/2 inch, 1 5/8, 5 3/4, 5 3/4, and 6 7/8. This is going to be the back part right here. We're going to flip it this way, and we're going to score at 2, and I changed that one because I liked it a little bit shorter, 2 5/8 instead of 2 3/4. I did 2 5/8. Okay, and we're going to cut this. Let me grab my little scissors right here. We are going to cut this guy right here. So we're going to miter it. And I apologize for the view. I didn't have my overhead set up prepared for today. We're going to miter right down here. I'm just going to do a small miter there. Don't want that to be too big. We're going to flip it over. We're going to snip right through here. So something to think about is make sure it's a clean cut. If you feel comfortable using your trimmer, by all means. We are not mitering this. We are going to make as clean a cut as we can. I feel like that one might be a little wide, but that's okay. Okay, we've got that. That's going to fold down. We're going to come right over here, and we're going to do the same thing. We're going to cut right along here. Remember, this is our back, so I chose not to score all the way across because I didn't want that back to fold down. I want that to stand up because that's what's holding everything up on the background. Okay, we're going to take a little sliver right out of here. We're going to take another, we're going to cut right here. And I'm going on either side of that score line, and I'm just cutting it out just a little bit because I want that to be nice and clean. Is it even in here right now? Who knows? It's me. I never know. I always just do the best that I can. Okay, I'm going to flip it back around, and I am going to fold and fold, fold this guy in. We're going to fold these guys back. Now, this is where you decide which of these pieces you're going to keep, okay? I'm going to leave these on this time, okay? And the reason is that when we're all done with it, let me get the garbage out of the way. When we're all done with it, you can see how we can fold that up, and it'll protect everything that we're doing. So right now, I am just going to make sure my creases are nice and done. And then what we're going to do, check that out. We have got our little rectangle. Okay. Now, I have my bar cut, and that piece is going to be 5 1/8. And I chose to do that one out of the designer paper because you can see it in there. So I did 5 1/8. I scored it 1/2 inch, and I flipped it over and I scored it 1/2 inch. We're going to fold that. It's going to go like that. Let's hope this one fits. Let me see. I think I got it. Okay. So what we're going to do, we're going to get a little bit of glue, and we're going to attach right in here. I'm going to go, you can attach it anywhere you want to. If you want to go closer to the back, you can, and just a little bit lower than the top of the box. I'm going to give that a moment. I'm going to press that, and then I am going to, I think, yes, that's going to work. I'm going to go ahead and glue this side right here. I want to make sure that everything lines up nicely. So just make sure it all lines up really nice. Gluing. I apologize for my view. Here we go. Oops. Right here. It's a little bit fidgety, but once you make a few, you can kind of see. So mine is buckling a little bit, which means I need to make sure I am burnishing all of this. I'm going to burnish the edges, and then I'm going to go this way. I will get that inside part and make sure this burnishes nicely. Okay, and here we go. So here's this other piece. I'm going to get a little bit of glue on here. Yes, that's going to fit perfect. Now, you guys are all amazing crafters, so you can figure out if you want to do a different size box or a different shape. I've seen other shapes on YouTube and Pinterest. There's a lot of different shapes. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to fold it over to the side like this so we can make sure that sticks. Okay, I'll let that dry. And then we're going to come right back out here, and voila, we've got our space for putting all our goodies on. Now, this is the part that I don't necessarily enjoy, but if you have to have it, if you're closing it all up, it really helps to protect everything that you are putting in there. So it would be the reason to keep them. I'll leave them for today. I might still cut them off. I'm not sure. I don't like that extra part, but I know that's how they're all shown. And when you make your cards, should you decide to make one, you can decide. I know it helps to burnish and whatnot so that it'll be better. Okay, next, what we have for the designer paper if you used my measurements that I'm giving you, then I've already cut everything ahead of time, so it makes it a little bit easier. This back part right here is 4 by 4. And I am going to glue that in. You can see it matches there. So we'll get some glue again. So this is the back part. You can do the same thing for the other side. Especially if you did what I did on one of the other ones where I scored all the way across. And if you don't like that score, then you can put another piece of cardstock there. You can go a little bit bigger. You can go 4 1/8 for your length if you want that to be a little bit longer. And then we're going to kind of reach in here and we're going to burnish that. Make sure that catches hold. Go. And there you have the back part on already. Okay. So I picked up all kinds of little pieces of paper here, but we're going to do the little sides here. I'm not decorating this part. I am only going to put paper here underneath. Mostly because I might cut that off. I'm not a fan. I don't know why. But so this paper for these sides for measurement for the designer paper, this one is 2.5 by 1 inch. Okay. And we've got 2 of those. So we'll get those glued on. Let's kind of lay it down and make sure the paper is not sitting on the fold anywhere on either side. Okay, right in between. So my measurements is because I just wanted a narrow showing of the pink. And so that's why I chose that side. And then our second piece, same size. It's 2.5 by 1. Here we go. I love this paper. This artist had so many different pieces of paper to go with this collection. So adorable. I think last year, by the time I got it, I think when I ordered it, it came a little bit late. So I think I may have only made 1 card with it. So then we're just making sure everything is burnished and still moving, right? Because that's the point. It's moving card. Now I have a piece of paper for this front little section right up underneath it here. And that one is 2.5 height by 4.5. By 4. I just did 4. So again, if you like less of whatever of your cardstock showing, you can cut them a little bit bigger. You also, if your cardstock is heavy, like this cardstock is really heavy, I could actually make the entire card out of this paper because it is so heavy. I thought this piece of paper was so pretty. Okay, here we go. Now, some people will do all of this. They will cover all of that. Because I am still not sure if I'm going to keep this part, I've left those blank for now. Okay? I'm just giving you the basics today of this card. Okay? Now comes the fun part, I think, was the decorating. It also feels a little bit challenging, but let me fold this out. These guys are so adorable, the little stockings. And I think what I'm going to do, I'm going to cut the bows off. I will recycle them back through this project, but I don't want it sticking out too much. Remember, that still has to fit in an envelope. I will probably, let me see, right about here. Again, you do whatever it is you want to do. You don't have to add anything on the back. If you want to do die cuts, you can do die cuts. Let me see here. So see how you can kind of pick that back up again and put that on there. I'm not worried about covering that up. I mean, if I were, I could do something a little different. We could go over this way and go like this so that it's just meeting the edge. And I think that's exactly what I'm going to do. I am going to put some pop dots on the back. And again, I'm doing this very quickly, as quick as I can. I'm already, my video is already long. But I wanted to, it's only the third tutorial I've ever done. And I wanted to start off right and do another tutorial. This is my favorite card to make. I should make more of them. Sometimes when you do swaps and things like that, you quickly will put together a card. But here we go. Gives it a little dimension. Here we go. That's up there. And then I'm going to take the bow that I cut off. And I think, let me see. Ooh, that's too big. It really is about taking and anything and everything. Oh, that's kind of cute too. I think I'm going to do that one instead of the bow. We can always use that bow somewhere else. We're going to make sure we get some pop dots on here. I love using these. I don't always like them to be so tall. But here we go. Take the backs off of those. If you're so inclined, add a little bit of glue. I'm just here for the demo today. Oh, look at how cute that is. And so, I mean, I know that I'm going to make an envelope for this, or a box, a little envelope box. Oh, that is so adorable. Okay, now we're going to spend some time and we are going to see how we want to decorate this. I was really thinking, I like this guy right here. He's so adorable. Let me see. Look at how cute that little mouse is. Again, just using what I have from my collection. I might do the flower. That's really cute. Okay, pop dots again, just to make it adorable. And because I'm not going to, you know, if you're going to close this box back up this way, it's not going to work. But I'm not going to do that. I never do. I'm going to make sure that that bottom stays stationary. We've got some pop dots going on. I'm peeling the backs off right now. Kind of make that happen as quick as you can, right? Here we go. So I'm going to take and go like this, and I am going to add Santa coming out of the chimney like that. Okay? Oh my gosh, that's so adorable. Now, because I'm not going to, it's not going to be able to flip up, I am going to go ahead and take a couple of pop dots right here along the bottom because I want it all to be even. And I am going to make sure that's secure. Oh, that's so adorable. So, watch as I cut these guys off. I knew I was going to. I could never. I don't like all the flappy stuff, but if you do, then make sure that you leave that open so that you can close it. But if you do what I did, this wouldn't be able to flip up anyway. You know, if you wanted to take and put words across here, something that would close it up, you can absolutely do that. Look at how cute that is, though. And then let me see what else I've got here. I have some other little goodies. Look at this little kitten. Look at how cute that is. Not sure. Maybe. I think I'm going to add the kitten too. So here, we're going to use some glue. This is really cute. And I'm just using up what I have. So I'm going to go ahead and add this cute adorable. I mean, we do have the little miceys here, so I think that's cute. Okay, that's cute. And we have, so we have some Christmas trees we can put in here. And these are, we can kind of put them, I'm going to glue this one on the back of this guy right here, the back of Santa. And let's see, I think I'm going to put this one, I'm going to put that one right there. There's no rhyme or reason. It's whatever, what's your design process? I'm sometimes all over the place, sometimes very methodical. I am going to pop dot this guy. I love these poinsettias. If I were going to use die cuts, I would have handmade some flowers and put those on for, like, instead of this flat one, it would have been a little more dimensional. So it's all how you want to work with it. Oops. I am a very messy crafter. I get excited about what I'm doing and everything ends up being everywhere. Oh, look at that. There we go. And we can just keep adding layers and layers. I have got this really cute piece right here. Ooh, I'm going to glue that in. I can't even tell you there's no method to my madness. Just stick it in. If you want to get crazy and you want to use acetate, you can take some things and stand those up like the little candy. Let me demo one of those for you. Let me see if I have some acetate sitting there. Ooh, I do. Okay, cool. So you get a little piece of acetate. I'm just cutting off of my Gemmy paper right here. So we've got some acetate. I know you can't even see it, but it's there. I promise it's there. And we're going to put the glue on the back of this adorable piece here. There we go. I'm going to put some glue on here. And we're just going to find a spot for it to be, like right here behind the kitty. And again, because I'm making a box for it, I'm just going to go ahead and I can make it to whatever size I want to. And then here behind the kitten, maybe I'll put, let's see here. We're going to do this and check this out. We're going to use, let me see if this bow is too big. Nah, I think that'll be wonderful. Just like that. We're just, adding. So whatever your vision is. Now, I know that lots of paper has a lot of different ephemera, or, those of us with a bazillion die cuts, we can cut out so much stuff. But this is just, a little sample about what we're doing here. Just showing a card that you can make. You don't have to have any dies. If your paper has lots of ephemera, or even if you can just cut out pictures from your, fussy cuts. People love to fussy cut. I am not one of those people. I'll do it, but it's not my favorite thing to do. Look, we can put a word across here. We could put a word in here. I mean, you literally can do anything that you want to. So, I don't know. I don't think this is the word I wanted, but I think I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to put that right there. I'll do one last thing. This collection also had some little words that could be used too. So we'll see if I have a little word that I want to put on there besides stockings. So you can search the internet and you can find lots and lots of shapes. There's rounded ones. There are triangle ones. You can even be creative and create your own. Check that out. I love it. And I mean, you could see that it just is happening so fast. Here, we can do the night before Christmas. And I'm going to put that right here, right across here. Not perfect, but still adorable. So I cut those side pieces off. I'm okay with that because I'm going to create an envelope for this, envelope box, I think. And that will be in my video release for next week. But this is where I am today. I'll clean up the edge where I cut those sides off. And here we go. I mean, it was very quick, and you can do anything that you want with it. So the paper is Pretty Little Studio. And I don't know what she has out for this year. I have not looked. I will probably go take a peek because look at how adorable. I mean, I still have so much ephemera, and I will probably go ahead and decorate the other two boxes that I have sitting here and make a card box for all of these. And we'll see where that goes. See if somebody might win that. I can definitely do a drawing for one of these cards. And if you're interested, you can comment down below about what is your favorite card to make. If you're a card maker, what type of card do you like to make? Is it some type of fun fold? Is it a simple card? Is it, do you like to use dies? Do you like to freeform it? Are you flying by the seat of your pants and doing that type of card? So if you're interested in receiving one of these cards, tell me, comment down below what kind of cards you like to make. What is your favorite? I had a friend who I worked with her in the bead store here where I live, and we closed years and years ago. But she was a card maker, and she would make fun fold cards, and I would be gifted these beautiful cards, and I treasure each and every one of them. It was years worth of these cards, absolutely gorgeous, and I still have them, and it's incredibly fond memories of her taking the time to make a card for me with my name on it. Always just incredible work she did. So I hope that you enjoyed what I showed you today. And if you do this, you can hashtag BNL Christmas 2025. We'll put all that information down below. And tag us if you do any of the projects that we're sharing with you. So I look forward to next week where we will do tags and packaging. But for this week, go look at all of our amazing creators down in the boxes below. Go watch their videos. If you're not following them, follow them. Like, share, comment in kindness only, and happy Merry Christmas in July.